Samanta Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Sandhammang Munirajassa Sunantu Sagga Mokkadang Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayan Badanta Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayan Badanta Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayan Badanta Namo Tansa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhansa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhansa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhansa. Okay, may the Triple Gem bless you. All of you are warmly welcome. Last week we were discussing about the main, very important doctrines in Buddhism. We collected all doctrines in a handout, and you are given that handout. I think it is now near you. And if you haven't, I can give. I have only few copies that we did last week. The very important topics, so very important doctrines in Buddhism that Buddha says. Okay, no problem. Actually, this is like a summary. If you can follow, if you can study these special doctrines, very important doctrines, it is very useful for your knowledge. You know that according to Buddhism, the knowledge is a very, very important thing. When we practice Buddha's message, first of all, we should have clear knowledge where we are going to, what we are going to practice. We should have clear knowledge what Buddha says. That is very important. Without knowledge, even though we have effort, actually that effort is useless, because we have no clear understanding what Buddhism says. That is why, as listeners, as followers, first of all, we should have clear knowledge what Buddhism is. That is why I collected all main doctrines in Buddhism in a handout. Then you keep it near you always when you come here, and also try to learn those doctrines by heart. That is very, very important. Then you can be fluent if you can tell those doctrines without looking this paper. That is very important. It is easy, it is not difficult. Because you study very hard and you have good effort. Therefore, I think it is not difficult for you. However, I would like to explain something in short, because there are newcomers to hear. First of all, I have given a very special thing in Buddhism, that the Triple Gem. The Triple Gem. According to Buddhism, we consider there are very valuable gems in the world, not only material gems, but we consider here very special things that, according to Buddhism, the Buddha or his enlightenment and his teachings and his noble disciples are the gems. As Buddhists, first of all, we should understand about these three things. The Triple Gem. What they are? The Buddha. Buddha means not only his physical body, but here we have confidence about his enlightenment. Buddha says very clearly, don't respect my physical body. You respect what I understood, what I discovered. Therefore, that is why we respect his enlightenment, not only his physical body, but as grateful persons, we respect his physical body too. But especially as the intelligent persons, we should respect his enlightenment, his discovery about the world. That is very important. The second triple gem is that the doctrines of Buddha. Here we say that Buddhism or Buddha's message, although we say that this is Buddha's message, actually this doesn't belong to Buddha too. What is the reason? What is the reason? Huh?
The world.
Yeah, actually, yes, of course. This is the world reality. Because he discovered this message, we say this Buddha's message or Buddhism. But this is not his creation. This is his discovery. You know the difference between creation and discovery? Creation means somebody creates something as a new thing. It is a creation. This building is a creation. But there are some things in the world as discovery, such as gems, or jewelry, or oil. Those are not the creations. Those are the things, natural things. Nobody can create them. Yeah? Those are the benefits of the nature. Buddhism also like that. Buddha says very clearly, this doesn't belong me to who discovered that. This is the world reality. Whether Buddha appeared or not in the world, this message is ever. We respect to the Buddha because he discovered this message and he preached this to the world kindly. Buddha says very clearly, he is only a teacher. He is not a god or he can protect us. He can give us the liberation. Liberation should get out by ourselves. That is our duty. Buddha also like a teacher. Buddha says very clearly, I am only a teacher. I am not a creator in the world. According to Buddha's message, we respect Buddha's message as a discovery, and also Buddha says very clearly, whether Buddha appeared or not in the world, this reality is ever. Especially we respect to the Buddha because he understood and he discovered this message hardly by himself. And he is the person in this period who understood this message first. After he discovered this one, other persons also, like his disciples, noble disciples like Arahants, they also understood, practicing this message. And the second thing is the Buddha's message, we consider it as a gem. The third one is the noble disciples, Buddha's noble disciples. We respect, we follow them, and we have some sort of confidence about their practice, about their virtue, about their intelligence. Then these are the things that first of all we should understand, and if we have confidence, automatically we respect them. But Buddha never accept that we respect himself. But as grateful persons, we respect Buddha, but especially we respect Buddha's enlightenment and his message and his noble disciples. We discussed last week that if a person has a confidence about one of them, then automatically we can develop other confidence too. For example, if a person listening Buddha's message, he or she wants to meet the Buddha who preach this message. And also he wants to see the disciples who follow this message. And also if a person meets a noble disciple, that person asks, what doctrines that you practice? And also after he listens that message, he wants to meet the teacher of this message. Then he or she goes to the Buddha. That is the nature of these three things. And also after we discussed the triple gem, we discussed about the 5 precepts. You know, it is very easy and it is very easy to read, but it is very not easy to practice. But especially, actually it is not difficult too, but especially we should consider about the competence of speech in practicing truth. That is very important. And after that we discussed, actually we were discussing for a long time the Buddha's message according to 3 levels. I think you can remember it. All doctrines in Buddhism can be divided into 3 levels. According to our knowledge, according to our intelligence, we can learn and practice these levels. If we are intelligent, we can practice first level. If we are more intelligent, we can practice second level. If we are most intelligent, we can practice the highest level. You can think which level that you practice according to your knowledge, your understanding. If you can practice, if you can learn these 3 levels, and if you can practice these 3 levels, Buddhism considers that you are a most intelligent person in the world. You should respect not only for your physical body, but you should respect your intelligence as a human being. Not only learning subjects or gaining the degrees, it is easy, but here it is very important. Practicing these levels are very important. According to Buddhism, the first level, you can read. What is the first level? As first level, we have to practice 4 things. I think now you can say it in your memory. Now it is very familiar for you. What are those 4 things? First one is education, economy of financial situation, health, and morality. Whether you believe previous birth and next birth, if a person can understand this message, that person can succeed in his life, in this life, not only hereafter. You know, many persons in the world who have good mothers and fathers, who have good education, who have good discipline, actually they practice this message, these things, whether they don't know the Buddha's message. Every good society respects these 4 things. Especially in this society, we can see many persons consider about these qualities. First of all, we should qualify for education. Buddhism says very clearly, there is a very special discourse, Singhala Sutta. The discourse of Singhala, there are a lot of duties that we should fulfill as the persons in the society. Especially as mother or father, you should give a good education for your children. That is one of the responsibilities as mother or father. It says in Buddhism, it says in Sinhala language, in our language, Degurung visin sama daruwanata dena nomada dananam viyatun sabahamada inta idiriwa silpa denumai. if mother or father gives something to their children, the most important in the education, which causes to go forward in front of the society. That is the very, very important thing. Especially in the current society, we should be qualified not only for the subjects like economics or psychology or geography, computer science, photography. We should be qualified not only for the subjects, but we should be qualified for the languages too. We considered last week that not only verbal languages, but if we can communicate with sign language, that is also very important. There are some people, some students who can speak. They also practice sign language, ASL, American Sign Language. That is very important. There are many educated, intelligent persons in the society who are deaf. But there are some professors too. Even though they can't speak, there are some deaf professors. Have you seen? Yeah, if you search, you can find those people in the internet. Yeah, they are very qualified. Actually, they can understand very difficult concepts too. There is a monk in Sri Lanka who is trained to preach Dhamma in sign language. We can explain Buddha's message. Yeah, whether it is very hard, although it is very hard, even nirvana, even liberation, even enlightenment too, we can explain through sign language. That is why it is very important. Here, the main thing is as a person who wishes the success in this life, that person first of all should be qualified in education. That is very important. The second one is the financial situation or economy. Buddhism says there are many doctrines in Buddhism how you earn money in the righteous way. Buddhism always encourages the people to earn money in the maximum level, but in the righteous way. That is the very, very important thing. When we earn money, we should consider the righteous way. That is very important. And also we consider that next one is the health. Buddhism considers not only physical health but mental health too. Especially, there are many people in this society who have mental illness. That is why Buddhism considers the health, not only physical health, but mental health too. That is very important. If always you are angry, if you are always jealous, actually those are the illnesses. You have no peace in your mind if you have those negative qualities in your mind. Jealousy, anger, greed, those things disturb your peace in your mind. As a person who wishes to become the real happiness, we should overcome this mental illness. That is very important. And the next one is the morality or virtue or discipline. Especially when you are in the society with the people, you should have good discipline. Discipline in your speech and behavior. According to Buddhism, it says samacharya or sila or vinaya. Those are the words that Buddhism says. Vinaya, sila, samacharya. All are synonyms for the discipline, good discipline, or virtue, or morality. Vinaya, samacharya, sila. For discipline, there are 3 words in Buddhism, Buddha's language, in Pali. Why should we have good discipline? in the society, when we work in the society. We are not alone in the society, we are living with many people in the society. When we fulfill our duties or responsibilities in the society, we should have good communication with the people. Especially, we should have good discipline in our speech. If we tell lies, we are not honored, we are not believed by the people in the society. Especially, we have to tell the truth when we communicate with the people. We should protect the confidence in speech. That is very important, especially in Buddhism. You know, I think you have heard, when the Lord Buddha, when he had been practicing the qualities for the enlightenment in the previous life, he had a lot of mistakes in his life. He has killed some people. He had a lot of mistakes in his life. But after his enlightenment, he had no any mistake. But in the previous life, he had a lot of mistakes. But there is a very special thing. He never tell a lie. He never told a lie. Even though he had a lot of mistakes in his life, in his previous life. He protected preaching through like his life. That is a very, very important thing. The confidence in the society depends on telling truth. That is why Buddhism emphasizes telling truth as an important thing. However, these four things, if a person has these four qualities in his life, what they are? Good education, good financial situation, and good mental and physical health, and good discipline, morality or virtue, that person is respected, honored by the society. That is very, very important thing. Buddhism says very clearly, if a person has good discipline, it is very easy to find a job. It is easy to go forward in the financial situation. That is why Buddhism emphasizes the importance of these qualities, practicing these qualities. It is very easy. That is the primary level, surface level that Buddhism says. Now you can remember what are the qualities as a person who practices in the primary level, first level? Education, economy, health, and morality. Yeah. If you are more intelligent, you have to become next position, next level. Why we are reached to next level? We can see some persons in the society. There are many people in the society who are successful in these four ways, but end of their life, they are alone, they worry, they are unsatisfied. Even though they have good education and a lot of money and good health or moral life, but they are not happy when their physical body growing up, going to old age. That is why we have to reach the next level. As the second level, we have to practice, we have to develop, we have to accumulate the meritorious deeds in our life in the name of happiness. What they are? They are the practicing generosity and practicing virtue or morality and meditation. Yeah. When we do these three things, it means we have a lot of things to remind in our life. If you have offered a lot of things in the name of homeless or virtuous persons, then when you think about your generosity, you can be happy. The money that you earned very hardly, you have spent your money not only for your children, you have offered something to others too. If you have offered money or something in your own family, for your own family, it is not happy. But if you have offered something to others, then when you think that thing, you can be happy. We gave an example. I think you can remember. You may offer a lot of shoes or clothes for your children, but it is difficult to remind. You can't remember it, even though you have bought a lot of clothes and shoes for your children. They also don't remember it. But if you have offered or bought only one pair of shoes for a person who is homeless or who needs something, then that thing you can be remembered. I have offered these things that person. That person also can remind what you did. That is the difference of merits. That is the difference of merits. Try to practice it. That is very important thing. Especially if you offer something who has a virtuous life, when they have good discipline, you can be more happy. For example, if you offer the robe for a month, where in that robe that month may speak a lot of sermons. When you think about your offering something, robe or something, it causes to more happier. That is very important. Practicing generosity is the very primary level merit. But there is another thing, practicing morality or virtue. In this life, you can say in the first level also it is said morality, but here when you come to next level, you are higher. You are in higher. Here, yes?
I have a good question. Today I went to a Dhamma for my Maharita, and a person, the Buddhist, was saying, you should not go to temples and offer stuff to the priests because they have enough robes, they get enough food. So it's better for you to go and give homeless people food. So I had this view in my mind, should I just, what do you think about that?
Yeah. Actually, Buddha's message, if you offer something, even animal, it is a merit, right, according to Buddha's message. But if you want to overcome your greed or love or craving or desire, whether you offer something to an animal or monk, it is same. But there is a special thing. When we consider the results of medicine, you can be more happier thinking about your offerings after you did meritorious act. You can be more happier. That is more important. For example, we can see a lot of times that some people are going to offer something for the homeless person. When they offer something, they may be happy. But end of this ceremony, at sometimes they worry. And also at sometimes they have misbehavior. The people who offered something are worried because of their activities. Especially when you offer something for a person who has a good discipline or wisdom, when we consider that situation, the result is higher than offering lower level persons. According to Buddhism, if you want to overcome your greed, it is same whether you offer something to an animal or to a monk. But according to results, when we consider results are more when you offer something to a higher disciplined person. You know, there are some special discourses in Buddhism, Dakkhina Vibhanga Sutta. It means there are 8 levels. Not only 8, but also I think more than 10 levels. The first level is the animals, offering something for the animals. And next level is the offering something for the human beings who have no good discipline. Next level is the offering something who has a good discipline. And the next thing is the people who are in the human beings level, that who develop his mind in the higher level. And more important than offering something to persons who are Sotapanna or first level in the enlightenment. And more important that if you offer something, the persons who are in the second level in the purification. And little by little it is growing up in the highest results level of offering something is the level of the Buddha. From beginning to, from animal to Buddha, there are various steps as results of your medicine. But at sometimes people can say that offering something for the homeless persons are more important than offering something to monks or some higher level persons, because already they have facilities. But especially Buddhism says not only increase in our greed, but we have to accumulate the results of merit. That is very important. Buddha understood very clearly the results of practicing generosity. He understood, he discovered in the various ways. For example, he met some persons in some realms that there were some persons who practiced generosity, offering foods for a long time, but their results is very few. There were some persons who practiced generosity in a few times. For the highest person who had a very special discipline or virtue in their life, although they have offered a few things for the highest level persons, the result is bigger than offering more things for the low level persons. That is why, can you understand what I say? Yeah, that is why Buddha emphasizes. He didn't explain us you should offer only monks. Buddhism never says. Buddhism says you offer something, even an animal. That is important. But the Buddhism has explained the most important thing. According to the person's qualities, that you offer something to others, according to their qualities, you can get the more results. Because we have not only this birth, we are in the persons who are in the samsaric journey. If we can complete all cravings in this life, it is enough. But if we can decrease our all cravings in this life itself, we may be reborn as a samsaric journey again and again. There we should have good results. That is why Buddhism emphasizes not only enough offering something to animals or homeless persons, but you have to offer something for the persons who has good discipline, even though they have a lot of facilities. That is very important. Although we have some facilities, if you offer something, we don't use all of them. We share those things with other monks. There are some monks in the society, they have no enough facilities. If we have more facilities, we share those things with other monks. Actually, the monks who are in the society, they use only few things for their lives, although they received a lot of things. we don't use all things that we have. We mostly share those things that we have with other monks. That is our tradition, Buddhist tradition. Okay? Practicing generosity and practicing morality means when we have good discipline, actually we have no mistakes in our life. That is very important. People mostly suffer because of their mistakes in their life. If we have good discipline in our speech and behavior, it means we have no mistakes. We are not blamed by the people. Nobody can criticize us. Nobody can blame us if we have good discipline. That is why Buddhism emphasizes to practice generosity or discipline. And next one is the meditation. Meditation means the develop our mind. It means inside job. Developing mind is practicing meditation means developing your inside job. However, when we reach to this level, the second level, our understanding is more higher. What is the reason? In this second step, we believe the karmic force. But in the first level, some people who practice the first level doctrines, they may not believe the karmic force. But when you reach to the second level, now you have the confidence about the karmic force. What is the karmic force? Karmic force means if you do something with wicked mind, you will have the bad results because of your wicked mind. If you do some good deeds in your life with your mind, you will have the good results because of your pure mind. If a person has confidence about this karmic force, actually that person tries to practice this second level. Practicing generosity, practicing discipline or virtue, and practicing meditation. Among these three meritorious deeds, what is the most important? Especially meditation is more important. Meditation is the fast way, a more successful way how you develop your spirituality. Meditation is the fast, successful way develop your merit, develop your spirituality. That is very important thing. But however, you have to practice other two levels, generosity and morality too. Virtue or morality helps to meditation. Generosity helps to morality. If you wish to succeed meditation, you should have good discipline. If you want to develop your good discipline, you should offer something others. That is important. These three qualities are interrelated. That is very important. As much as you have done these three meritorious deeds, it means you are so happy. Because when you think your life, you have to remember a lot of things in your life. Your life, your mind is filled with these three activities in your life. If you have nothing to think as meritorious deeds in your life, then your mind is empty with merit. Then negative ideas come to your mind. The problems come to your mind. The reason is that you have nothing to remind as meritorious deeds in your life. That is why some people who have who haven't practiced these 3 meritorious deeds, always they criticize others. Always anger comes to their mind. Always they consider others' mistakes. They are focusing others' mistakes always, because they have no inner peace in their mind. But if a person has a lot of things to remind in his life, as practicing generosity, morality and meditation, that person has no time to criticize others. Anger has no space in his mind. And delusion is not in his mind. That is why we have to practice these 3 things in the name of happiness in our life. Not only hereafter, but in this life itself. Mostly the people say that you practice 3 meritorious deeds for the success of your next birth. But according to Buddhism, we should practice these things not only for success of hereafter, but success of this birth itself. That is very, very important thing. And also, when we consider the next level, if you are most intelligent, you should have an ability to understand the 3rd level and practice the next level. What is that? In the 1st level, you may not believe the karmic force. But when you come to 2nd level, you have some sort of confidence about the karmic force. But in the 2nd level, the people who are in the society, mostly they believe the karmic force. But you should remember a very special thing. In this level, although some people believe the next birth or believe the karmic force, they believe that there are special certain things as soul in their inside. But according to Buddhism emphasizes the karmic force. Buddhism doesn't say that certain thing that inside. Our mind also impermanent. Every time it changes. That is the nature of our life. Even though we have to face the karmic result, we have no certain soul in our life. All things are impermanent. That is the difference, the karmic force in Buddhism, when we compare other religions in the world. Because there are some religions in the world, they believe the karmic force. Karmic force is believed not only by Buddhists. There are many religions in the world, they believe the karmic force. They explain the hell and heaven. But they believe the certain soul in their life. But the difference in Buddhism is that all things are impermanent. That is the very, very important thing. Yes?
So a big question. Everything is impermanent. Truth, is it also impermanent? Does it always change as well?
Yeah, actually Buddhism emphasizes the karmic force being the situation of impermanence. All things are impermanent. All things are not only changing, but all things arise with the conditions. When conditions are together, we can see something, we can hear something, we have some sort of experience. When there are conditions. When conditions overcome, when conditions ceases, then experience also ceases. That is the nature of impermanence in Buddhism. Not only changing. Buddhism explains the karmic force in the impermanent situation. I am not sure that my answer is success for you. Our life is changing always, not only changing, but our experience always arises together, cease together. Although this is impermanent, we have the result of karmic force. As the result of our previous activities, we have results. But every moment it changes. And now our mind is maybe polluted, but next time it may be pure and calm. Then when our mind is wicked, we have the bad results. When our mind is pure, we have the good results. According to conditions, according to situation, it changes every moment. But we have the results that as the result of our previous activities, more than if we have some results here, the action might be for a long time in our previous lives. But actually it is very difficult to explain with the impermanent situation. Explaining karmic force is very difficult. But however, especially we should understand Buddhism doesn't believe impermanent. Buddhism doesn't believe that certain soul in our inside. Soul means that some people think that there are special certain thing inside which cannot be changed. Nobody can destroy it. There is a special thing that soul goes from birth to birth. That's the soul. But Buddhism doesn't believe a soul, because our mind also impermanent. Every moment it changes according to conditions. Okay.
Many classes to come.
Yeah. Little by little we will describe. Actually, this is a very difficult place to explain. But we should understand here there is a difference in Buddhism. When we compare other religions, here is the very special thing, very special difference. You know, as I mentioned, there are several religions in the world. They believe the karmic force. They explain the hell and heaven. If you do bad deeds, you will go to hell. If you do bad deeds, if you do good deeds, you can go to near the God or heaven, hell. That is also nature of karmic force. But the difference of Buddhism is that we explain karmic force without a soul, without a certain soul. That is the main difference in Buddhism. Okay. However, I explained that when you come to the second level, you have some sort of confidence about the karmic force. But we can see a lot of people in the society, even among Buddhists, they believe the karmic force, but they also believe that there is a special thing which cannot be divided, which cannot be destroyed inside. They think that their mind goes from birth to birth, certain mind. But in early Buddhism, in real Buddhism, never says that like that mind. Mind always changes. Yes?
Now we say that in Buddhism there is no soul, there's no Atma, and then so there is nothing like a universal universal consciousness. So, but some people when they are reborn, they say musicians play music, they can do math, things that they do take from this birth to that, but we say there is no mind. How do they change?
Okay, we will meet next.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
How do they play the piano without even learning? Some genius people, they are born. So we see, because they're taking it from the previous birth, they're taking this thing. So if you're saying that it just goes, when the conditions disappear for us to live in this life, we die. So after death, if we don't take anything like the mind, as they said, nothing is taken to the next birth.
Actually, according to Buddhism believes the karmic force. As the result of practicing our spirituality, we bring something. We bring something from our previous birth. It is true. But Buddhism doesn't believe that very certain thing. All conditions, every moment they are coming, changing. Buddhism doesn't believe that it is exactly or certain thing. The difference is, even Buddha also, he developed his mind in the various lives, in previous lives. He comes from birth to birth into this birth. And although when he was coming this position, Buddhism doesn't say that he brought the same mind. Mind comes little by little, but it also changing always. If we say that mind is certain, then it is a challenge of the impermanence in Buddhism. For example, when we consider that there are hundreds of lights or candles in the same place, when we light first candle, and the first candle go to second candle with the light, little by little, all candles are lighting. But we never say that this light goes to this light goes to this light. We never say. When we prepare the conditions, the light starts. But nothing goes to there. Nothing goes there. This is the one of the example of the relationship about our karmic force. On the other hand, you have seen that Kambaya, when we keep the Kambaya like this one, we can see the waves. Waves are, we can see light going there. But the string is same. String doesn't go, but waves are going. When a person look at that, how we say that? Rope. Yeah. When we move the rope, that we can see that it is going, it is moving. We can see the moving, but waves are going. But that thing is the same thing. According to our effort, we can see some sort of waves there, but nothing is going there. Our karmic force also like that. When we accumulated some karmic force, when we are reborn in the next birth, actually we bring something there. But Buddhism doesn't say that we bring something. We have some sort of strength or energy according to our mind, according to our activities. We accumulate some sort of energy in our mind. When we develop our mind here in this level, and next level we develop in the next level, little by little we develop it. But there is no place that the energy is stored. If we say something, if we say it is certain, it should be a place that where the karmic force is stored. But the difference is that there's other people who believe a soul, they think that there is a place that our karmic energy stores. But according to Buddhism doesn't say that a place where our karmic force is stored. That is the difference. But from birth to birth, we develop our mind. It relates to next birth. it is sure. If you develop some energies, not only karmic force, but if you have some abilities of languages, so as you mentioned, if a person is a genius for playing piano, that person has some sort of training in his mind. According to this training, as soon as he will be born in the next birth, now he has that energy. He can develop it. That is the nature of the karmic force. But we never say that he has a soul, certain soul. That is the difference. That is the difference. He brings something from this birth to next birth, but always he can get the result. For example, if a person has abilities of using several languages in this life, if he born as an animal, he can get the result from this energy. If he want to get the result by this energy, we should have the environment. Without environment, we can see the result. We can apply the result. If we want to apply the result, we should have the good environment, real situation. According to environment, we can develop these qualities. Practicing these qualities, we can develop our mind. I don't.
Something like the habit. Yeah, it's called training. Like even usually people say, if you feel like coming to temple, doing good things or whatever, giving or not only the temple, anything you do, like some people say, it's for previous births habits. Like you have been training to do that. In this birth also, you will be doing similar things to that. That kind of thing is what you say. Right.
No, but because it ends in this birth, as you said, like if everything ends here, there's no soul, there's nothing that goes. There's a completely different person is born in the next birth.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Special thing is, for example, according to karmic force, always karmic force related to our mind. Our mind always arises with the conditions. With this mind arises this moment, and with some ideas, next mind arises again. And when next mind arises, it brings something from this idea, this attention, this situation. For example, it is very difficult to explain example that mostly we think that when we get help, mostly we get some physical things, some material things from other place to here. But according to karmic force, we don't get we get nothing as physically. Especially mind, the energy of mind arises this moment, and next mind condition arises next situation, getting some result from this position. But next one is the new one. That is the difference. If we say something, the second mind gets something from here. Actually, it is going to certain situation. The special thing in Buddhism, I am sorry, I am going to explain it Sinhala. My English is not rich to explain that thing. Then, මනස ශක්තියක් හැටියට යනවා ඇත්තෙන්ම. ශක්තිය හැටියට යද්දී මෙතනින් මේ මයින්ඩ් එකෙන් මෙතෙන්ට ගන්නවා කියලා කියන්නේ අපි මොකද? මෙතන ඇතිවෙච්ච මනසේ හේතුවෙන් ඒ ශක්තිය උකහාගෙන අලුත් මනසක් ඇති වෙනවා. ඒ අලුත් මනස අලුත් එකක්. මේකත් එක්ක සම්බන්ධයක් තියෙනවා. There is some connection with this mind, but the next mind situation is the new one, very new one. And next one is the new one. Again and again, if some mind arises, all of them are new.
Like a blank slate?
We don't say that a blank. We don't say the blank. it is not good that in Buddhism, according to Buddhism, we don't say that mind is empty. Always mind is new and fresh. It arises with the conditions. And that is very difficult to explain. If we say something, this mind goes to this mind, it is not related to Buddhism. It is so big and misunderstanding according to Buddhism. Buddhism doesn't say that this mind goes to this mind. When we have some condition, this mind arises here and it ceases here too at the moment. And next mind situation arises here, but here there is some connection with here. According to previous conditions, here it arises, but nothing comes here from here. But there are some connections. For example, when we keep something to the water, we can see the waves. But water doesn't go.
It's the energy that passes.
There is some energy. Waves are going little by little, but water doesn't go. When we keep propose something to the water, then we can see some waves there. We can see some waves.
But completely different. I'm saying I do a lot of bad things and I've collected a lot of bad karma and everything, but in the next verse, somebody said, who cares? This is another completely different person comes in the next verse. We're going to get the bad result of this karma. So who cares? It's not me.
No.
Somebody said,
somebody can say.
Somebody will say, who cares? I can do anything bad.
Yeah.
It's not me who is going to get the result. It's somebody else.
According to Buddhism explains some things according to two levels. One thing is the conventional level, conventional truth, and second one is the ultimate truth. All Buddhist doctrines are explained into two levels. One level is the conventional truth. According to conventional truth, there are some persons in the world. A person can go from birth to birth. That is true according to conventional truth in Buddhism. But even in Buddhism, according to ultimate truth, we don't say that the person is going here and there.
It's only the bundle of thoughts and energies that are being taken.
It is some sort of energy, but especially we should understand according to ultimate truth. If a person says that this person goes to next birth, it is completely wrong. You can see there is a very special discourse in Majjhima Nikaya, the second discourse of Majjhima Nikaya, Sabbasava Sutta. The discourse of Sabbasava. There, it's a very special thing. We should understand Buddhism very clearly. According to surface level, we advise people, you do good deeds, it causes to your next birth, and try to develop good deeds in your life in the name of success of your next birth. But it says only in the conventional level. It is true according to conventional truth, but according to ultimate truth, we never say that this person goes to next birth. Otherwise, we doesn't say that another person goes to next birth. We don't say. That is the problem. Who goes? This person doesn't go. Any other persons also doesn't go. If you say that this same person is going to next birth, it is the saksata ditti. Saksata ditti means you believe the certain situation, you don't believe the impermanence. If you believe that this same person is going to next birth, and also if you say that it is going other person, it is also wrong according to Buddhism. Buddhism says is nacha so nacha anyo. It is not this person, it is not another person. With the conditions it arises, when conditions are ceased, the experience ceases. That is actually, it is very difficult to explain in Buddhism. In the first level, we should know all of them with the confidence of Buddha's enlightenment. Later, when we practice little by little Buddha's doctrines, we can understand by ourselves. But at the very beginning, if we are going to explain all of them, it is not successful. Now, in this moment, you have to know there are two levels in the truth in Buddhism: conventional truth and ultimate truth. According to conventional truth, it is true that same person go here and there. It is true according to conventional truth, but according to ultimate truth, it is different. It is different. It is a very big topic. Actually, now I can solve your all questions. I am sorry. In one time, I have no complete understanding, experience. Now, I believe all of them believing in Buddha's enlightenment. That is the first thing. On the other hand, we should get the real experience when we practice this message. Little by little, when we practice, we can get some idea. But in the first level, surface level, we should understand there are some variations, some varieties in this level. Yeah, we can say it like mind or consciousness or attention. We can say many various same words. There are synonyms in Buddhism: mano, chitta, vijnana, atta. There are several synonyms for mind. Consciousness, mind, like in English, there are more than 4 words are used for mind in Buddhism. Atta, mano, Dhamma, vijnana, and chitta. Those are the synonyms, and also there are variations in their levels. However, according to conventional truth, we believe that there is a person, that person goes from birth to birth according to his karmic force. But if you like to overcome all sufferings in your life, you have to become the next level in Buddhism. Not 3 levels, no. I am explaining the both truths in Buddhism, conventional truth and ultimate truth. According to conventional truth, we say that there are people in the world, we fulfill our duties in the name of our responsibilities, and we have next birth, we had previous birth. Buddha also had some previous lives. When he practiced this message, we say that it is true according to conventional truth, but according to ultimate truth, it is different. It is a big topic in Buddhism. I think now your mind is not ready to understand that not only your mind but also my mind. And I think we have to learn a lot of things, especially if you like. I can say you can read very special discourse, as I mentioned, discourse of Sabbasava. Discourse of Sabbasava. it is said very clearly, if a person believes that this same person is going from birth to birth, that is a big mistake. Yeah, but it doesn't say that another person is going. It doesn't sound. Another person is going to. It also doesn't sound. But it is a very deep topic in Buddhism. However, I think little by little, when we discuss, we can understand. Yeah, I also should be qualified for the knowledge. With the knowledge, I think.
So I'm sorry, you might have covered it when I stepped out, but just on the surface level, as far as rebirth,
Samsaric journey.
Yeah. So you're saying that we are not going from birth to birth, from like we're in this life right now, and when we die, we go to the next life? Is that it in a nutshell, or we're not?
Actually, I think you are not here when we discuss a lot. Yeah. Actually, in this level, it is true that we say that there are some people here, there are some persons here, they do good deeds or bad deeds. According to their activities, they will be reborn. According to their activities, according to their deeds that they do with mind, with consciously. Actually, it is true according to conventional truth in Buddhism. When we go into next level as ultimate truth, it is different. It is different. Every moment the person changes. The person changes every moment. If every moment a person changes, how we say that same person goes to next birth? How we say? That is the nature of our life. It doesn't sound that another person goes to next birth. We say that the same persons, but if we say same person is going from birth to birth, how we explain the impermanence in Buddhism? It is a challenge for the impermanence in Buddhism. That is why Buddhism says very clearly, according to ultimate truth, we don't say that the same person is going. If we say that the same person is going to next birth, then the explaining of the impermanence in Buddhism is useless. Yeah, it is true. It is true as according to conventional truth. It is true. Sammuti satya. ඒක තමයි සම්මුති ලෝකය. According to conventional truth, Buddha came from birth to birth, practicing a lot of good qualities. It is true. It is not wrong according to conventional truth. For example, according to conventional truth, you have a vehicle. But according to ultimate truth, you have only some sort of tires, doors, some parts about your vehicle. You have only some sort of kind as vehicle, but you never say that I have tires, I have doors, I have engine. You say that I have a car, I have a vehicle. It is true. It is true.
But right now I really don't have a car. Right now I don't have a car.
Except some sort of parts. It is nothing as a vehicle.
I don't have a car right now. But when I go out and go to my car,
we explain some things in some sort of levels in the world. But in one level it is true. But when we are going to next level, it is not true. Our life is like that.
Lord Buddha said to Usgoda that he had been blessed to have many lives. So they were both born to come together. So how can we explain that if it is
Again, you ask the same question. It is true according to conventional truth. It is true. But according to ultimate truth, it is different. That is why I explained that. The same thing. The same thing. Actually, the levels, according to some levels, even though Buddha says very clearly, na atta, anatta, mama kiyala kenek naha. Buddha says very clearly, it is no mind. But there are hundreds of words in Buddhism. Aham. Aham means in Pali, mama, I. There are hundreds of words in Buddhism about aham.
The wishing goes through when two people wishes to be together in the future births. Probably their karmic forces are so strong, so they meet again.
Sure.
That could be.
They may meet. Sure. All of them depends on the. Actually, that's the first level. But every moment, from moment to moment, persons and all conditions changes. We can say that, for example, when you go to a mirror, you can see a picture, your own shadow. Then you go away from the mirror, nothing is there. When you come back, you can see the same thing. You say that same picture was waiting until you come back? You say? You never say. But when the conditions are together, you can see a picture. When you go away, nothing is there. But you can see the same picture. Picture is same, but the same picture was not waiting until you come back. Our karmic force also like that. When the conditions are together, we can see the same person. When we compare the conventional truth, we can see the reasons when that same person is going to next birth. If you have offered something to others, you will have a lot of facilities in your next birth. It is true. It is life. If you have offered some medicines for others, you will have a good health in your next life. According to this karmic force, according to your offerings. It is true. For example, if you are hypnotized, you can say, this is my previous birth, this is my previous mother. You can say something. It is true. We never say that it is wrong. It is true. But it is true only in conventional truth. When we explain the things according to ultimate truth, we never say that it is same. If you say that the same person is going here and there, when you are going higher level, it is a big problem. You can be reborn in heaven or some special place according to your karmic force, but you can never become the enlightenment if you don't overcome this conventional truth. Until you have get the idea of ultimate truth, you are in the samsaric journey. You can overcome it. If you would like to overcome the samsaric journey, you have to overcome this first level in truth. You have to become the next level. This course is very, very important. Buddhism always encourages you to fulfill the good deeds, develop the good deeds. Although this is the conventional truth, Buddhism always encourages the people practice generosity, practice morality, practice meditation. The reason that you will reborn, that what you do this life. Your future is the result of what you do here. you have all things, what you do here, not only doing here, but in the previous life, what you have done, all things are with you. Now, your good karmics are better. That is why you have a successful life. If your good results are growing up, then negative results coming up. That is why always we should develop the good energy. Good energy. And however, little by little we explain. I can say you first, if you like, you can read that discourse. If you can find that discourse, the Sabbasava Sutta, there it is said very clearly what is the difference, this situation. However, when we are going to next level, that third level, we are only discussing the previous handout. Now we should come to our today's discussion. However, it is important. Actually, those are the questions. Actually, those are the common questions. You are not for it. Those are the common questions in Buddhism that especially we should understand. But especially in the primary level, we don't explain that thing. At the very beginning, if we explain that ultimate truth, the people are discouraged, develop good deeds. We should understand the second level when we complete the primary level qualities and doctrines. That is very important. Without understanding of primary level doctrines, it is very difficult to understand the higher level doctrines in Buddhism. That is why the Buddha's path, the path of purification is gradual path, like going to the sea. From beach, little by little it is going to deep. The water is gradually going to deep, little by little. Buddhism also like that. First level, you have to understand, you have to practice your duties, responsibilities as a mom or dad or as a child. Then little by little, you have to develop your knowledge and also practice meritorious deeds as generosity, like that. And next level, you have to understand about meditation. According to meditation, first of all, we fulfill the tranquility meditation, focus our mind particular object, and little by little we are going to insight meditation. When we are going to insight meditation, your affection is related to insight meditation. But before insight meditation, you have to practice again and again tranquility meditation, concentration meditation. Without the success of concentration meditation, even though I explain these very deep topics, it is very difficult to understand. In the insight meditation, all of them are described. In the insight meditation, when we are going to insight meditation, we can see the changing of our physical body. Not only physical body, but also our mind. Understanding of physical body is easy. Understanding of changing of mind also is very easy. But the difficult thing is understanding of impermanence and changing of our experience is difficult. For example, understanding of physical body, understanding of changing of physical body is easy. Whether Buddhist or not, it can be understood. But the experience that we have always through our eyes, through our ear, through our nose, with our mind, we have some sort of experience with the conditions. And when the conditions are together, we have experience. When the conditions overcome, the experience ceases. This is the difficult thing that a person can understand. This is related to this question. If we can understand the dependent origination of Paticca in Buddhism, our all answers depend on the understanding of dependent origination. If we can understand the dependent origination, all things are very clear. Yes?
With the triple gem, is that the Buddha? The first one? Buddha and my image?
Yeah, first thing is when usually we say that Buddha, but especially we consider here Buddha's enlightenment, Buddha's understanding. Yeah, first one is the Buddha's understanding. Buddha says very clearly, Saddhati or confidence means not only confidence about his body, confidence about his enlightenment, his understanding. Yeah. Second thing is the doctrines of Buddhism, and third one is the noble disciples. However, according to third level, there are three levels: virtue, concentration, and wisdom. Virtue means higher discipline. And with the higher discipline, we focus our mind particular object again and again. And with the pure mind, concentrated mind, we focus the impermanence. Impermanence means the experience arises every moment. Nothing comes here from previous experience. Nothing goes to future from here. At the moment it arises, at the moment it ceases. Although we say that we have some sort of experience from our previous activities, it is true. But previous experience arises there and it ceases there too. Here it arises as the fresh one. That is the difference. That's the difference, but little by little we will discuss. Now actually when you are listening this message, you should develop your energy to first thing that focus your mind, develop your mindfulness. That is the very, very important thing. We have to develop knowledge. According to knowledge, we have to reflect it again and again, and also we have to develop the intelligence or wisdom. However, now I want to explain very few things about today's topic, that the path to overcome dissatisfaction. Yes. Now I am going to start today's topic. Now you should pay your patience. That just now we are going to explain today's topic. The path to overcome dissatisfaction, it means all of us would like to become the happiness. For the real happiness, we should understand we have enemies. What are the enemies in our life? He who steals our peace in mind, he who steals our success, our happiness in our mind is the enemy. Can you understand what I say?
Can you repeat it, please?
Yeah. He who steals your peace or happiness is the enemy according to Buddhism. Who steals your happiness?
Greed.
Yeah, very good. If you have greed, anger or delusion, those are the things as enemies which steal your happiness. If you are anger in your mind, it means you have no peace in your mind. If you are greedy, if you have greed a lot, it means your mind is wicked with greed. You have no peace in your mind. If you have delusion or ignorance, if you have no understanding about karmic force and cause and effect or dependent origination, it means you have no real happiness. That is why, as an intelligent persons, we should understand our real enemies in our life. If always these enemies are in our mind, all things that we earned in our life hardly are useless, because of we have no happiness. That is why at the very beginning we have to overcome that anger or hatred. Overcoming the hatred is the first level in the path of purification or happiness. Last week we discussed, if a person can develop loving kind meditation in the maximum level in this life, actually that person can overcome 50% problems in his mind. Mostly we worry, mostly we suffer because of thinking others' mistakes and others' misbehavior. Mostly we criticize, we blame others because of anger. If we can overcome anger or hatred, if we can develop loving kindness in our life, and also if we can see other persons as our only son, daughter, mother or father, then we have no problem. We have no criticizing. We have no anger. We have no hatred because of our higher attitude about the people. That is why the first enemy, we should understand our first enemy. Who is the first enemy? Anger. Anger. Therefore, we have to overcome anger, and next level we have to overcome the greed. If our mind is greedy a lot, it means always we are searching something. We are looking here and there to catch something because of greed. Yeah, actually greed can be divided into several steps. Greed, attachment, craving, or desire. Those are the several levels. Desire means if you study, it is also desire. If you eat something, it is also related to desire. But here it says that big attachment, craving or greed. It is a big attachment. For example, if somebody becomes the enlightenment, that person should wear something, some robes or something. That person eats something. That person should have some shelter. They need them. But they use all of those facilities without desire, without attachment, without craving, without greed. That is the difference. You can fulfill your duties in the name of your daughter or son without attachment. That is the difference. If you fulfill your duties or responsibilities without attachment, you are happy when she is successful, and also you don't worry when she was not successful. That is the difference. If you fulfill your duties with attachment, you are happy when only she is successful. When she is not successful, you worry because of attachment. You mention that daughter should be like this one. You always wish that thing. The Buddhism says that you should complete your duties and responsibilities in the name of your relatives. It should be happened. But if we are intelligent, if we have real knowledge, we can complete our responsibilities without cravings, without big attachments, without greed.
Like Lord Buddha, when he liked Rahula and his wife, he loved them. But that was a different ultimate true life. It's a different love, not the basic physical.
In the lay life or after he enlightened?
No, when he was living there. When he was leaving his son and his wife, he left them. So he loved them but have attachment.
Yeah, actually, love can be explained in the various ways. Mostly, we explain the love that conditional love. If you love me, I love you. That is the conditional love. But that love is the loving kindness. That is a very high level. Now we are with the love, conditional love. If you love me, I will love you. But they are, whether they love or not, the Lord Buddha loved them. That is the difference. Yeah. There are some persons, when we are together, when we are friendly, they love us. But when we are angry with them, they hate us. They hate us. They do all things for us.
Isn't that selfish?
We can say actually it is selfish and it is with the attachment with desire. That is the difference. But here, Buddhism always advises us to fulfill our duties, but we can't decrease our cravings once, but gradually, when we practice this message, if we have right understanding or sammaditthi, we know the nature of suffering, dissatisfaction. If we have big attachment, when we control them, when they separate, we will be suffering. If we have this knowledge, at this moment we try to overcome the big attachment. The reason is we know very well, if we have this big attachment for a long time, when these things can be controlled by me, I will be suffering. When all of them are separated, I will be suffering. That is why, while we are fulfilling our duties, we try to little by little overcome greed, craving, or big attachment. It can be done little by little, but it is very difficult to fulfill once. Therefore, we have a path. Especially, we should understand the Eightfold Path. First, we should have the knowledge, and secondly, we have to reflect it again and again, and in the third level, practice in meditation, according to tranquility meditation and insight meditation, we can practice again and again, overcoming this big attachment. However, we are discussing, if you like to overcome suffering, the real way to overcome greed, anger, and delusion. Delusion or ignorance means, the first level of ignorance is unknowing the karmic force. There are some persons in the world, they don't believe the result of karmic force. That is why they do the bad deeds in their lives. If you have real knowledge that if you do some deeds with wicked mind, that you will have the bad result. If you have this knowledge, you never do the bad deeds because you don't like bad results. And also that person try to good deeds because he likes good results. That is why always he try to develop his mind with the pure ideas, pure attitude to cultivate good deeds in his life, because he likes happiness in the future. Not only future, as soon as you do something as meritorious deeds in this moment, you can be happy in this moment itself. Not only end of life or hereafter. The result the beneficial is in this moment. The benefits are in this moment when you practice this message. On the other hand, you can read this paper later, and here we have explained to overcome greed, you have to practice generosity, and also to overcome anger, you have to practice loving kindness, and also to overcome ignorance or delusion, you should have to develop the Sammaditthi or right understanding. For the right understanding, you have to listen to the Buddha's message again and again. The first level of the right understanding is the confidence of karmic force, and second level of Sammaditthi or right understanding is understanding of impermanence or understanding of dependent origination or cause and effect. That is the very, very important thing. If you can understand the dependent origination gradually, little by little, you can overcome, you can solve your all problems. Without understanding dependent origination or Patisampada, you never solve your problems, especially your problems about consciousness or mind. If you like to solve your problems about mind, about samsaric journey, especially you should have good knowledge what Buddhism says about dependent origination or cause and effect. That is very important. Little by little we try to do it, and especially the main thing is Buddhism says the listening. We have 5 ways to get the knowledge or for the liberation. The first thing is the listening this message. The second one is preach that message to others. There were some persons who enlightened when they listen in this message in the Buddha's period and after that. And there were some persons when they were preaching Dhamma to others, they understood this reality, because when they preach, they are with the understanding, they have fully attention about the truth. Therefore, the preaching Dhamma to others also one of the way of liberation or getting rid of suffering. Third one is the memorizing or reflecting it again and again. And also there is another way, discussion. He also like a discussion. And finally, fifth one is the meditation. Meditation is not only the way, meditation is the one of the way. One of the ways. Mostly the people think that the only way of enlightenment is meditation. But there were some persons who enlightened while they were listening, while they were preaching, while they were reflecting, while they were discussing. There are 5 ways to overcome suffering, or there are 5 ways for the liberation. That is very, very important. Then again and again, we have to listen in this message. If you are rich in knowledge, it is very important to overcome this suffering. The main thing is not only becoming the enlightenment, but day by day, gradually, you should have an ability to overcome your suffering, your worries in your mind. The main thing is when you live in the society, mostly we suffer with the people when we look at their mistakes and their misbehavior. Therefore, the first step of the purification or happiness is practicing loving kind meditation. At least you can practice 5 or 10 minutes for a day. And if you can gradually develop it day by day, then you can see the real results. The results are visible. That is the very, very important thing. When we consider the Buddhism, the results of Buddhism is visible. not only hereafter. As much as you try to practice it, you can see the results. Especially if the liberation or purification or enlightenment is like an ocean, practice in loving kindness is like a seaside or beach. If you don't practice loving kind meditation, it means you have not seen even the beach of the ocean. If you like to see the ocean, first of all you should reach the beach, even beach. If you practice loving kind meditation, it means you are seeing the beach. Okay? Now we are going to stop our discussion. I am sorry I couldn't complete all of this handout. However, I explained all of these things as a summary. You can read it and you can catch the idea what I am going to explain you. And please, when you come back, try to read these notes. That is very important. It is for you. Actually, I have explained the same thing again and again in the papers. If you read the paper, I think it is very easy to understand what I say you. Please try to read this handout. Although this handout 1 or 2 pages, I try to prepare this handout during a day. This is the effort of my one day activity, and I prepare this handout every week for a day. During a day, I prepare and I correct and I edit and I discuss several persons and I send through email here and there, and I do a lot of things when I complete this handout. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that if you can read it again, it is very important, not only for me but also for your understanding. Okay, thank you so much for your coming. Your coming encouraged me, and also I think if you can understand something what I say as Buddhism, it is my happiness. However, now you came here very faithfully, and first of all you observe 5 precepts, and you worship Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and you meditated for a few minutes, and you listening Buddha's message faithfully, and doing all of these meritorious deeds, you accumulated the number of merits. Now the time to transfer the merits that you accumulated in this moment to your beloved relatives too, and the guardian deities and angels too. With that intention, first of all, let's we transfer all merits who departed in your name, and may they receive these merits and may they receive good life. Finally, may they attain final bliss of liberation. With that intention, let's we transfer all of merits that you accumulated in this moment to your beloved relatives too. Idamme ñātīnam hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātīnam hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātīnam hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Let's we transfer all of these merits to guardian deities, angels too, and may they receive these merits and may they keep their eye on you too, and may they protect you, and may they also attain final bliss of liberation. With that intention, let's we transfer all of these merits to divine persons too. Ettavata ca amhehi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodanto sabba sampatti sindhya ettavata ca amhehi sambhatang punya sabbe deva anumodanto sabba sampatti siddhya ettavata ca amhehi sambhatang punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodanto sabba sampatti siddhya. I wish you all of you and you may be well, happy and peaceful. May the Tribhajan bless you and may they attain final bliss of liberation. With that intention, please say sadhu, sadhu.